Hey guys, good evening everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Miss JD for another episode of our daily stock market insights. And in this video, I am going to feature just one stock, and this is in the US market. The reason why I wanted to show you this is because so far I see a big potential in the current technical setup of its chart. So just hang in there. If this is your first time to watch my video, I'm inviting you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have new videos. Okay? So at the moment, as you can see here, this is the chart of AT&T, and I'm using a weekly time frame. And as you can see, all right, since since 1986 up to 1998, this was the big rally that the stock had experienced. However, after that, there was a massive downfall in the price, right? So it reached as low as 18, 19 dollars a share, and after that there are some small spikes. And by the way, when I say weekly chart, every candlestick in here is worth 1 week. Okay, and there you go. Now, to better understand the overall sentiment of this stock, as you can see, uh, if I'm to look at the weekly chart, I see a promising setup, because each time the stock dips, right, it is creating a higher low. Okay, and then when it's increasing, so far when it bounces, see that this is the peak right here, and then there's another one right here. So slowly it is giving you or us some promising signs of recovery right there. And at the moment, we are at a very healthy level. Okay, we are at a very healthy level because we are still at a very cheap area. And the reason why I'm saying this is a cheap level, I have a mindset of a mid to long term investor. So the statements I'm making right now might not apply to your profile, but this statement is basically for someone who is willing to go position trading or go mid to long term investing for AT&T. Okay, because very right now on a weekly chart, so if you go on a weekly chart, it gives you a longer time frame, because every candlestick is worth 1 week. Now from here, what we need to do, because we all know, given that the setup right now is already giving me some promising signs, now it's time to understand which area I could potentially get in and probably haggle at a much cheaper level. And that step now will require you to zoom in to a much faster time frame. And what's interesting here is that, as you can see, AT&T experienced a gap up right here, right? And another thing you need to understand as well, in when a stock goes gap up or gap down, normally at one point it fills the gap. Okay, so far it did, but halfway. However, another thing that I'd like to also mention here is that this could possibly be an area of bounce already, because you had some resistance right over here. Another tool that I can probably introduce to you is the Bollinger Band. I use Bollinger Band when I study my charts. So as you can see right there, naked eye earlier, I plotted the support at this area because there was a resistance right here. And true enough, we're very near our MA20 line. So it is an area, so chances are we could either be landing at the exact point where you have the MA20, or you could be bouncing slightly higher, an area slightly higher than the MA20. Okay, so at this point now, the market is still open. It's morning in the US right now. So this is still very volatile, and who knows, it could go back within the day around the 30 area, or it will continue to move up already because we have indeed created a pullback and then it's starting to recover. So as you can see on a daily chart, it could slightly look different than the weekly chart because the weekly chart, as I mentioned earlier, it is on a much longer horizon. Now, so try to see if what I have plotted here around the 30 area will be respected. All right, but so far I'm already bullish in AT&T. And another thing that I want to mention here, especially for long-term, mid to long-term investors, is that this stock has been consistently giving dividends, okay? 52 cents per share every quarter. Now, if you want to understand the dividend yield, okay, it's 6.72% per year. So for people in the Philippines, we all know that getting 6.72% for a dividend yield is not very common in the Philippine market, right? But in the U.S. market, other markets, they could have a much higher dividend yield. Just a minute. So at least, right? If it might take some time before this stock really rallies to the upside, while waiting, you still get paid, right? Through the dividend. So I think that's really something worth noting. At the same time, AT&T has been, with us, fully operational for a long, long time now. Okay, so something to think about and probably study further and see if this is something that you find attractive. Okay, so far my overall sentiment is that this is going to give us some more promising movements in the coming days. Big spike in the volume right here. When it dipped, the volume of the decline also decreased. That means a lot of the people who got some shares here, who entered in the stock here, are still holding on to their position. And that's already a good sign because that means they're holding and they want to, be in it for long term, possibly, or it could be for position trading. There are areas like this one, for example. This used to be a support right here, and now because we're starting to rally up, that could be the next resistance, 36.78. Okay, so there you have it. I plotted, where did I plot that? 30.56, around that level. The here around 30.71 or 30.71. Yes, that's our nearest support. And for position traders, the area where you could mark as your profit taking level, then this is for probably the position traders this time. If you plot that, that will give you a potential gain of 8%. But guys, mind you, the best outlook here, given the situation and where we are at in our charts, go for it for mid to long term. Anyway, you are compensated for holding on to your position through the dividend. Okay, so that is it for AT&T. If you'd like to start trading in the U.S. market, it's very easy. I use eToro, and I can drop a link down below so that you can also explore it. You only need $200 to start an account there. There's also a virtual setup so that you don't have to use your real money if you're not very confident yet when trading. Okay, so that's it, guys. Check it out. I'll put the link down below in the description box. Meanwhile, thank you for watching, and bye bye for now.